We just have a similar one. I just remember, as I say, I just set up what I set up, you know. So right now, I'm supposed to stream to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. I was going to stream to Twitch, but when I say I don't really have people on Twitch as such, so see, I don't get notification or something there. All right, I'm gonna just since everything's supposed to be up and running to a partial decent enough degree, let's talk about exactly what we come to talk about in the first place. So, let me see. One of our topics right now today is what we're gonna do for this current thing for the podcast. Let's set this up. Give me a sec. Does this help any form, shape or form? Can you see my face?
Well, yeah, I can see your face.
Right,
you need a but you definitely need a next one on the other side.
Yeah, man, I understand, but can I help that right now? Can I help that? But yeah, some things I forgot on. Oh shit, we even introduced myself, right? Yo, good day, peeps. It's your boy Daniel, aka Director Siren, Director Camera, I should say, and of course I'm here with the boy Squeezy. Done. I'm going Squeezy.
I squeezy 876. You don't know.
Yes, man.
What's up, people?
Yes, man. So yeah, as some of you might know, we'll see if I'm recording first and foremost. I'll record this too. No, you know what? No, YouTube will record it from me. It's all right. So hopefully they'll record it. As some of you might know, the podcast as far as I ended, like what we were doing before, the birthday podcast, little things that we're talking about someday. That type of format, that I'm not saying it's finished to be exact, but definitely some of the people that made it, I'm gonna say on it, that's definitely not gonna be on it. I'm coming up, like go do a lot more things, trust me. But that time is done, bro. There's nothing else to go back to from there. So yeah, then we'll go talk about the future of this channel and going to see the feasibility of us moving to something else. By that I mean, I've been talking about my other things that I'm working on. As you can tell, some of you might be getting this from probably Facebook or something there, or YouTube or Twitch. Like, yeah. So, yeah, let me just come talk about it real quick and fast, because there's something else we really want to talk about. It's that's interesting to me. So, Sweezy, what do you think about the podcast ending? Or why even talk about the podcast in the first place?
I think the podcast was a great idea to implement. Good idea for a group of persons to come together, put down some thoughts, and see if it catches fire. But the main reason why we chose to end the podcast, then begin a new one, the organization and timing was very off. So we made some rearrangements in our group, let's just say, and we're figuring out a few things to make the streams more smooth and a bit more structured. So it will take some time, we're not perfect, but eventually by then, hopefully, you guys will be able to enjoy the content that you deserve. You know?
Yeah. So yeah, there's some good thoughts to think about. Good things for something. As I said, we'll improve the quality of it dramatically, because really and truly, there's really that's alone to do. So, should I spoil it for them? Should I spoil it? Or should I just hold off and make them see when it's done?
Spoil it.
Bro, been working on some stuff right now. Like, some good long form content for all of you. We'll have some interview with some peoples that I believe will catch your interest. We can make you sit down and watch our meds, what is going on in Jamaica. I don't know, some of you might. Majority will come from Jamaica either way, so I feel like these something there will really affect how you think about the economy and or the market and politics at this point. So just stay tuned. Stay tuned. I'd say that end of summer. I can tell you that for sure. The end of summer, things will happen.
Alright. That sounds like a promise. But let's not break it.
Let's not break it. But yo, look how long I have that vision in my head that yo, I need to switch up, I need to start interviewing people and other things. But now since the podcast is over, like I meet some good enough people that I can say, yo, these people are interested and have a good story to them and have a good mind for them head. I can finally implement these type of stuff. So some things will come in, man. I haven't given up on the channel whatsoever. It's just I'll stop with the podcast as it is at this point. So that's going to happen. Let me see. What was the last thing I really need to tell you? It's about the. Oh yes, yeah, I remember now. There's going to be some rebranding and lots of things, lots of changes are here and there on the channel. Like you might see like a local video, one local video edit up there and a video edit up there. So it's gonna be some minor improvements, but trust me, by the end of the summer you'll see a lot coming out. So stay tuned. So if anything and you need to contact me or anything, I'm always on Instagram at learning with Scholar. Same thing with Facebook and Twitter and on YouTube. That's learning with Scholar. Either full caps or anything, or you can type in learning with Scholar on Google or anything, and you'll catch me. It's naturally one unknown thing. Or you can also contact me at Director Chimera on other social medias. So if anything comes, or if you want any more information, you can always do that. Or even email me. Email me at d.michaelandrea@gmail.com. It's just my business email that, so whatever. Now, since I just got all the plugs out of the way, it's time to move on to a different topic. Like, I know this test stream is just supposed to go off for a little short while, but I really have something to talk about right at this point. And that thing is sort of complicated because people always mix on this. It's about you have to deal with the man himself, the Disney boss, the big mouse, the capo, the killer, executioner, the war crime maker. That guy, man, the one that take up business out of the blue and being all them type of crazy shit, bro. Especially if you deal with Star Wars, bro. Star Wars got shut up, dog. I can't, bruh. It's sort of difficult for me, guys. But you remember growing up with Star Wars, right? Like the Clone Wars trilogy, the Clone Wars, and all them something. You remember that, right?
Star Wars.
Yeah. The Star Wars franchise, yeah. So you realize how them shake it up, right?
With the new release?
Yes, bro. With all the new stuff that I'm put out.
I don't know. I've been hearing a lot of good reviews about was it Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Bro, those reviews are half-assed because I've seen the clips, I've seen some episodes, and I can tell you, bro, it's not it, bro. It's not it. Known to like some children channel having more continuity than certain of these things. Like they might trying to reference things, and it's like good on them for that, but no, it starts to get stale in the sense that them every single movie is they might do the same bag of tricks, and it's not helping them anymore. You
They're
get what I'm
following the
saying?
same patterns.
Exactly the same patterns. Nothing
Yeah.
new. And the story don't even make sense if you think about it too tough. Right?
I mean, the thing is, I understand a lot of authors and writers when it comes to writing the script. There kind is this little instilled fear that they're not willing to take risks to try different things because they know that what their consumers are used to is not, they're not gonna be able to like what's new coming from them. I've seen this happen with a couple different series myself, and so it's kind of understandable why they would choose to go in a direction like that. But I mean, to be honest, I don't see as much Star Wars as I would, so I can't give my concrete review of what I think about it. But in my opinion, I don't really blame them that much for going down that path.
I see. I see. Uh, I have to blame them because at the end of the day, it's their responsibility to get us a decent movie to add on to their trilogy. At this point, if you're not doing that, you're just basically disrespecting or disgracing what was there before. It's because I know you're there to make money, yes. But if you make money by sacrificing the exact thing, right? It's the same thing. What I'm gonna slow it down. Is what I'm talking about is the fact that Disney, as a company, is cutting off them hand despite them face. And in that terms, I mean they're shitting on Star Wars and the other things that they have, just trying to be lazy because everybody is saying the same thing. And at this point, it's turning out some products that are very not good. So, at a point, you just have to get up and realize that, yo, these people aren't making good movies no more. Not like that. They're not at the point where they're supposed to be, because Disney is a big company, yes, and them have the technology and everything, but they're supposed to be making some decent movies that make $1 billion or box office. That's the type of movies them Disney's supposed to be making at this point. But if you have like a alco film that's not really doing that much in terms of like technological advancements of using a CGI and all them stuff there, and have like even a simpler story than Star Wars, and it's still making $1 billion. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about the Top Gun movie. That is making over $1 billion. Everybody will come out to watch that, and everybody can say, look at that and say, yo, that's a good movie. That means you're doing something wrong. Because you have the writers, you have the money, you made sure you try to get your greedy hands on
hold
it.
on. This is
Developers.
like the comparison between Top Gun and Star Wars, right? Alright, here's the crazy thing. To me, I think Top Gun is a movie that just came out. It's not really a franchise. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not too sure I'm following.
It's no, like the Top Gun movie with Tom Cruise and stuff. What is it like a first title movie? Because you know you have movies just like Cars or Star Wars and stuff like that. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, going all the way up, like a legit franchise. I think Top Gun is just a first step of movie that is gonna be there and done.
That's what
Meanwhile, Star Wars is a franchise.
right.
So I'm not sure there's gonna be a sequel or a prequel to another
Top
film
Gun.
or so. Yeah, Top Gun.
Well, maybe not because it's already a sequel. But
Really?
yeah, Top Gun in the 90s came out first in the 90s with same Tom Cruise, and now it didn't come back with same Tom Cruise to do this now movie. So I'm saying this is a move. Alright, the thing about this, every single part of this movie should have been set to fail because you're rehashing a very late 90s movie that not a young people that are getting up these days to come out has seen already, or they have heard of it yet but they haven't seen it. they're not really a
But
fan
that's
of
the
the
thing.
same that type of vibe.
It'll provide the perfect opportunity to invest them into that said thing. It happened to me a couple of times. I can't remember which one it was, but they rehashed a couple movies that I was watching, and I became interested. And these are movies that were made in like 2000, maybe 14 straight up. Rehashes of old movies. It'll be like scenes that capture my attention that were like, oh, that seems pretty interesting. This has to come from somewhere. When I research it, I find it. But I guess that's just me putting in effort. But for other persons, I think it might intrigue them as well.
And that's what I'm saying. It will intrigue them, but the box office has shown that it's not just them intrigue, is that the movie was actually good to the point that people come back for re-see it over and over again. And intrigue alone not gonna make that happen. And I watched the
Mm-hmm.
movie, I'll take my time, go watch that movie. And I can tell you say that movie story is not so complicated or not so grandiose as what Star Wars is and could be. So I'm telling you, as a movie, although it's a very good movie, I'm not gonna lie, though it looks very nice. The action scenes were very intense, not in the case of like drama or or something there, spectacle, but it's more of like the tension that was in each scene. And right. To me, I feel like Star Wars just don't want a soul, and Top Gun had that much soul that he could have carried, and the fact that the movies before,
Mm.
like the Iron Man, you remember early Iron Man, how Iron Man used to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember how that they have it, the funny in a certain cases, but it they have the soul to it. This man come out
Mm.
of nowhere. No, him get capture after him. He was doing some not illegal shit, but some violent things as an arm dealer, and all the time something happened that him have to change up his life to try to protect what is going around him. That's basically the story of
Mm.
Iron Man. And you see the trilogy, how it's developed, how it spawned everything else. But at this point, to me, it's like it shows that Disney don't have the spark no more. Like, because they can do that. They did Captain America. Captain America is probably one of the weaker one of them, but still, he did Captain America. Still had the same soul, same things going on. And now they're doing Star Wars, which should be better because you have so many things to pull from, but yet still it's coming out worse.
Yeah, I guess that's just the thing on the writers and the authors' part, really. So the thing that happens to writers, I'm not sure what goes to their head when they think about that. And this is kind of like where the fans come in to give suggestions. It's just a matter of whether the writers are listening or not.
And that's the thing, bro. It seems like they're not listening. Either they're not listening or not listening to the right people. They're listening to Twitter trolls and them, all them little things there. Not realizing that the more you do that, it's the more you're isolating your core fan base. And at this point,
Yeah.
I'm not too sure what's going to happen because they get Disney. If you don't realize, this is a multi-billion-dollar company that realize should know about the effect of marketing. And by that I mean that any marketing problems that you have is going to affect the entire business as a whole. So if you're not making good movies, nobody's going to want to see your rights them because the rights them make up for the movies. If you're not doing
Right.
that, you don't have no money. So you have to do something. They're not
Yeah, that's
doing
true.
nothing right now. So, but what do you think about it, man? What do you think about the situation? What I'm supposed to really and truly do?
Well, I already throw the suggestion. I think they should take a chance to listen to their fans and see what's going on. I think these are persons that can take constructive criticism well enough to understand and know that they can make certain changes in their program and run things a bit differently. But that's dependent on them. I am but one guy, and I'm just hoping that them their problem. So
Yeah, but what about the some there? What about the writers them, or what about the thing about the fans?
the thing about writers and the authors, their jobs basically is to create or how would I say this? I would say they kind of have it hard with lines and stuff like that because they want to make things interesting but not boring at the same time. And so you have to be or be fluent. I don't think be fluent, but you have to be up there if you want to do things like this
Hmm.
or to become the writer. All I'm saying is, I think the writers should take a good look, good deep look into the whole thing considering the fandom, and try to see if there's a way you can get answers that can help him further in the future. You see
Hmm.
those same numbers on
Yeah, I believe the exact same thing. And
there.
frankly,
True.
I don't think they're going to do it, but I just have to keep our hope because, like it turned out, the stories that they're telling is very. They made themselves known in our heartstrings. They've been pulling on it for some couple years now, so I'm pretty sure they should know what they're doing. And so it's disappointing
Mm-hmm.
that all these times you think that they're like improving themselves and it's not exactly what it's meant out to be. So ever.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about something else now. Let's talk about the summer. How your summer go, bro?
What I call the summer, I mean it's okay. Things are gonna get a little bit rough. I wanted to talk to you about that. My hours are gonna change, but that's something I want to talk tomorrow about because literally after this, I'm just heading to my bed and sleep. You know, me. Yeah, summer, meh, it's a bit meh. Reason being, I switched jobs, so
Mm.
I'm working at a call center. Tell me why the frick these. Tell me why the hell I'm cheating on a paper where I'm supposed to insert my own information. That, I'm legit looking over another person's paper like, oh, you put that there? Okay, let me just copy that right out right there, put it right on my paper.
Right,
Bro,
I don't even know what to tell you, bro. That's just how that stay.
and for like where they're taking us, they took us in this room, right? Nicely lit, AC full nice. I'm sitting down. They gave us this thick piece of paper. When I'm talking thick, I'm talking weight.
Yeah, two C's, bro.
Not like the frick is this they give
Like
me?
thick, bro.
Everybody gets the same amount, and so I'm like, shit, don't tell me I gotta sign up things again. I've been done this before.
Uh,
I put my name, my signature, and the date about 5 to 6 different
right, it's
times
very
on
sketchy. Man.
different pages.
It's
There
very
was a
sketchy.
section on the paper that completely just threw me off guard. It was like sexual harassment. I was like,
Oh
huh?
yes, bro. Yeah.
I'm
What
like,
you do with that?
huh? I
I
had no
caught that
idea.
one. Man.
They were gonna present it, but they said, you know what? Since y'all
Yeah,
don't
they
want
did.
to read and write, read this next page. To be honest, I'm not someone that likes to read that much, but I read through most of it. It's crazy. Basically,
What you say? Good read.
you can't be horny with anybody at work.
That's right.
Not even for like a little banter. Especially if it's a case where you show up at work, your skirt's shorter than usual, you sit down and everybody seeing your glorious gaze.
Mm.
They gotta say that's sexual harassment. I'm looking at it and I'm about to tell you, yo, you got your shit, go crazy, and I'm gonna get someone to the HR about that. I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about that.
Well,
You don't condone kissing, don't condone touching, physical contact.
they
Mere
don't.
physical
Here's
contact.
the deal. Here's the deal. You might not
Like
get this.
really? And they're so pressed about this.
Yeah, but
I
you
don't
might
know.
not. You
I
might
don't
not
get
get this. But here's the deal. They have no control over you from you leaving property. It don't matter if you work clothes or something. You don't have no control over you. So you can do anything you want outside, but they don't want you to do it inside where they can see. Even so,
I mean, it's completely different when you're within working hours, but outside is a different energy.
trust me, if they want to control the outside, they might try to some shadiness too. But
Mm.
I think
Well, overall,
I think the reason why they really doing that like that is because you remember the couple of videos then that showroom about the people that have sex in something their bathroom. That's pretty sus to be honest. Still, them video people in the bathroom, but you remember that video that was circulating around in Jamaica for a while.
um, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's something to deal with that. But
That's crazy.
I don't know, man. It could be a company policy, but to me, every time I sign up for them, it's always a shaky business them I deal with. It seems like, yeah, when you look funny and you do go through all of them something, you feel like you're a scam. You scam people every time. It's like the more you name my information about 5 or 6 different times, you need to know, say, is this where you live? I don't know, something. I was like, yo. So it's okay, it's if every time because like where am I need all them information for? If you just give them a while ago, them can't just it's like
I swear at this point I was thinking this is some feds type thing, like
right, exactly,
like
man.
they literally both busting through the door like, yo,
This is the police.
we're looking, this is the police.
Right, only that black nigga over there. Right.
I mean, it's good now, but it's gonna get crazy because literally the same day the orientation ends, it's like 2 3 hours after I reach you, I'm chilling. I get this phone call from one of the representatives. There's like, yo, your training begins at 4. I'm like, 4? That's it. Is either they're gonna let me leave at 4 because they're gonna start this before, or it's just gonna be a 2-hour training session. I'm just gonna go with it. I didn't hear 1 a.m. I was like, 1 a.m.? How does 4 and 1 a.m. come together? They told me that my shift that I'm going to be working on for training is going to be 4 p.m. to 1 a.m. I said, huh? I said, what? For a second, I thought Shorty was tweaking. I'm like, 4 p.m. to 1 a.m. That's crazy. That's my sleep. So
Yeah,
God know this.
for that.
My sleep's gonna be shite.
Yes, man.
Shite.
Yeah.
But it's something I can prevail through. I fought my battles with my last jump, and I have to live up to that with this one. Of course, if bullshit prevails, I will find something else that I can work with. Considering I got links to get me elsewhere. So if this goes bad or downhill, I just give it like 2 3 months tops, and I can just dip. I'm not making the same mistake I made with the last place. Any bullshit, I'm dipping. But this is a place that takes care of me, so even when I'm coming home at that time, they're gonna drop me off door to door, hopefully, because that's what they say. So
Trust me, those people don't really like holding hands with you. They're not even trying to teach you proper. Until you want until you forget how. They don't really care. Trust me, it's so fucking work, this, you know. You're in customer care, you should know. It's not some easy type of bullshit that matter for them.
yeah, I've done with this before. You know, people test their patience and grade you on worst of marks. You basically don't have the mentality to keep through. You're gonna get free. It's something that I'm used to be honest. I'll do a little bit of this on my old job too, so it's not like.
Yeah, I get it. So yeah. I guess that's it. This has been I don't even know what to call it. It's not a hurted podcast anymore. This Architect podcast is finished. We need
This
to.
is a pod. This is a
Yeah, this is
podcast.
just a podcast, man. So, I'm your host, your boy Daniel, aka There's a Camera. Learning with, and this has. Nah, I can't say this is the learning with scholar because we haven't really learned nothing yet. But it's just an update to be honest, to tell you that things are coming, things are in the works, and
Yeah.
if you need to get information from us, or if you want to learn anything or anything, just keep in touch by subscribing or follow me on Instagram at Learning Scholar, as well as follow me on Facebook or any other social media. I'm basically on everything. I'm on Snapchat. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitch. I'm on Twitter. Although I really don't like using it, but I'm still on it. And it's Snapchat. I'm basically on everything. So you just go and search up Learning with Scholar, and you will find me. There's no one really else named that. So yeah, this has been a podcast. I'm your host, as I said. I'm just gonna squeeze it down. Squeeze it down. Yeah, all right, man.
Yep. Yep.
So
See
yeah.
you later, everybody. Hope y'all are doing good. Hope y'all take information we spoke about seriously. No BS. GG's. And see y'all next stream.
All right, man. That has been it. So, late.
Yep.
Bye.
I'm gonna hit you up
Wait.
maybe
Give me a second.
tomorrow.